Bret Hedican, former NHL hockey player,
No
and
introduction necessary, but
no,
please.
I don't expect you to know me as a hockey player, but two-time Olympian. I was really fortunate enough to represent the United States of America in two Olympic Games. So proud of that.
That's
Kind of where my
awesome.
dream all started. Yeah, I wanted to become an Olympian. I was 10 years old, and it took me on this incredible journey. And here I am now, founder of a backpack and patch company called HEDiGEAR. And I'm just so looking forward to getting to know you and your team and what you guys do over at Delivering Good. And we're so proud to be a part of this conversation and looking forward to what could be next.
Just really, huge fan of your career and learning more about you and what you're doing now. Really looking forward to this conversation and the partnership ahead.
Giving back to me, when I think of all of the moments that I've had throughout my career, and they always say you learn more from your failures than you do your successes a lot of times. And I can really think back and say that's true in my career. I was, again, fortunate to play on some winning teams, which I mentioned earlier, but also the losing teams. I learned so much about what those ingredients are that really create an unhealthy environment. And one of the main reasons you feel that and why you have tough environments is because of people are more interested in themselves. And what I learned about winning teams is that it's just the opposite. Winning teams are made of people that are selfless, that are more interested in others' success than their own. And when you have a group of people that are all pulling the rope in that direction, meaning they're not worried about their own success, they're more interested in others' success. And I call it making others better and being part of the mob, MOB, make others better. That environment in itself is what has created this blueprint in my brain that I can't unknow or I can't unsee it anymore. That says that when you have a group of people that are more interested in others, then you're going to have success. And so to be a part of giving back and to be a part of trying to think about people that we can help and, Matt, with your team and Delivering Good, so proud to be on this call with you guys and really try to be a part of this idea of how we can give back and how we can help your team make a difference. For us, we know that when you think about others, success follows and whatever you do, because it'll always come back to you. But that's not the point. The point is more about how you make people feel and us to be along for the ride and really help you go along doing that. We're just so proud to be here.
But I love that mob mentality. It's the best version of mob mentality that exists, making others better. I feel like every day is an opportunity to mob at Delivering Good, right? And we're so fortunate because we have relationships with such a wide variety of partners, brands that want to do good with their business. They want to make things better for people, be good to the environment, create opportunities for people who are just struggling to get by every day. And I love how you describe team because that's how I feel about the team at Delivering Good, right? Everybody has this very clear commitment, this unwavering commitment to serving others and helping improve the lives of whether we're talking someone who's experienced a disaster or someone who's just trying to get by every day. And it's really through partnerships like the one we're talking about that really makes the difference, right? That's what enables us to punch way above our weight as an organization and really have the kind of impact that we're making across the country. We can't do this without others.
Um, what's inspired me to do this business, making patches and backpacks where you can kind of wear your story, which is a patch that you can place right directly on our backpacks and really spawned off of, a brotherhood. And I go fishing with a bunch of friends every year. That brotherhood, turned into this business. But it's more about patches in a backpack. It's about moments that you have in your life that matter. And that's kind of what we stand for at HEDiGEAR.
When I think about what this opportunity represents, I get really excited, right? Just thinking about the difference a backpack can make really for anyone, but especially when we're talking about young people. And it reminds me of one of the very first distribution events I went to when I started in this role. We were up in East Harlem. We gave out these beautiful backpacks filled with back to school supplies. And I asked one young girl if she would show me the backpack and what was in it. And she lit up, right? And she styled that backpack. She showed that backpack off, just had this beautiful smile on her face, opened up her backpack and showed me all the things that she was going to get to go back to school with in the fall. And it was just such a moment, right, for her. It was a moment for me too, really underscored the why behind the work that we're doing. So something as simple as a backpack can make such a huge difference in somebody's life.
Thinking about what you guys are doing, the dignity that you said earlier, and even through the backpacks that you handed out with all of the books and the uh, school supplies on the inside of the backpack is so impactful for me because I can remember those days of walking into school on that very first day and throughout the course of your educational career when you had got your new clothes, you got your backpack, and you feel the pride, the dignity that you have. And for you guys to be providing that dignity and the emotion that comes along with that, we're so proud to be a part of this and to be able to give you guys backpacks to give to the kids is something that we're very, very proud of. And to be a part of that feeling that we're going to give kids makes us feel good over here at Hetty.
Yeah, it's pretty special. It's I think about it, it's pride, it's dignity, it's confidence, right? It's it's the beginning of that school year and wondering what's ahead of you. And we don't want kids worried about what are they wearing when they go back to school. We don't want them to worry about do they have a new notebook or or other school supplies. This is a real opportunity to shape somebody's ability to learn in a really powerful way. And I can't tell you how many times, we've heard stories about the choices people have to make with limited resources already. I met a mom in a parking lot in Tennessee. It was like 98 degrees out, and we're giving out mostly children's items and then some adult apparel as well. And she said that she could now afford to buy her own medication because she didn't have to worry about buying back to school clothes for her kids, right? Things that many of us, fortunately, might take for granted. These are real choices that people are having to make every day between, food, school supplies. And so that's why this isn't a job for me, right? This is a mission, this is a calling, and this has been my entire career, whether it's about creating opportunities for people where they may not have existed before, and I don't want to oversimplify it. It's a no-brainer. Like, who wouldn't want to do this, and who wouldn't want to be a part of this work? And one of the most exciting things for me is meeting like-minded people along the way who want to do this together. And then, it's like what we've been talking about, like, how can we do more good together? That's what gets me up in the morning, right? And what keeps me up at night is figuring out, why there aren't more hours. Actually, I don't want more hours in the day.
Yeah.
But how do we just keep doing more and reaching more people in our everyday work? That lights my fire.
Yeah, that keeps me up at night too, is how can we do more, right? And I think
Yeah,
those are the things that we're like-minded and I guess you could basically consider us, we're both part of the same mob now. We're trying to
that's
make
right.
others better in different ways. And for us, again, to be a part of what you guys are contributing to making kids feel better is just, we're really proud of it.
At Delivering Good, we have this bold goal of reaching 50 million lives by the year 2035. And it is so attainable. And the one way we're going to do it is through partnerships, right? And really working with companies like HEDiGEAR and others that are really committed to doing good with their business, changing people's lives, and just working in the spirit of collaboration, working in the spirit of lifting people up and building communities together. Like, there's nothing better than that. So that's why this is so important to us. And when we think about your background, what you've been able to accomplish and what you are accomplishing right now, you're exactly the kind of partner we want to move forward with as we reach this lofty 2035 goal.
Congratulations on setting a
Thank
huge
you.
goal, and I believe that you'll do it. And the only way you do that is what you mentioned earlier, the team that you have of people that are all pulling the rope in the same direction. Being a part of a nonprofit for a long time that I was a part of, I know how hard some days it can be to raise funds and for you guys be able to get, merchandise to be able to give to others along the way. Sometimes could be daunting, and to have that big number in front of you, I love big goals. I think those are the most exciting to tackle. For us to be a small part of that, to be able to give backpacks for your cause and to be able to make a difference in kids' lives, I know we're just a small part of this right now, and I hope we can have a long partnership for a long time together to be able to make a difference together. Again, I think when you fast forward down the road someday, and when you look back at what we were able to accomplish as people, as humans, like what do we do to make a difference in somebody's lives? I am really proud of being able to be a part of this with you guys, and delivering good, and our company and everybody with my company is proud of this. So thank you for having us be a part of your movement.